Hello, you guys. Josh Vision, and I'm here to give my season 1, episode 4 review of The Mandalorian. So, we begin this episode basically with Mando and Baby Yoda making their way towards this backwater planet named Surgon. So, within this water planet of Surgon, there's this fishing village, and the people of this fishing village are basically under constant attack from people which I believe used to work, in the Empire, and those people that used to work in the Empire also possess Imperial walkers, which are basically like, as you guys watch Star Wars, obviously, basically like big, like technological versions like elephants and all that crap. So either way, the main characters, from amongst these people for this particular episode is a mother and a daughter. The mother's name Amira and the daughter named Winter. So we see Mando and Baby Yoda make their way, they land on the planet. So their intention on basically, staying this planet is to stay far away from, any type of, danger. Because obviously in the past episode, we have Mando basically betraying, his bounty hunter friends and guild for Baby Yoda. So since, Surgon's kind of a backwater, you wouldn't expect, that many people to be chasing after you, in the backwater, essentially like a backwater place. So basically, we see the scene in which they go into like a bar, like a cantina, whatever, and that's where we meet the character of Cara Dune. So I believe that Mando picks up on something being like not so like right about her. Like there's something she was hiding. So as soon as he takes like a third look, at her, she's already gone. So he uses his money, whatever, to convince the bartender lady to watch Baby Yoda when he tries to search for Cara Dune. So Cara Dune surprises him, and they have this really epic fight. A lot of back and forth, lots of boxing maneuvers, some holds, some wrestling holds, and it ends in a stalemate with both of them pointing a gun at each other. And Baby Yoda gets there right in time and kind of stares at them, while they have the guns pointed, at each other. So Cara Dune basically explains who she is, that she was actually a former ex-rebel stormtrooper or like storm soldier, something along them lines, essentially. And that she just decided to quit because it was too much, for her to deal with, honestly. And that she decided to come to Surgon basically for the same reasons as Mando, basically it's a backwater. And you wouldn't expect any type of drama to follow you to a backwater, like this planet. So Mando is working, on his ship, like later in the night, with Baby Yoda, kind of sleeping, in the ship. And here's where we meet two males from that fishing village. And they go to Mando, asking him if he's a Mandalorian. He's like, yes. So they're really excited about that because they heard stories about Mandalorians being kind of like mercenaries and being skilled warriors. So they ask him for his protection, to protect the village because they're tired of having their stuff basically destroyed, their harvest, their foods, etc. So he's like, listen, y'all can't pay me enough and I don't want to get involved. So they mentioned something, I forgot what they mentioned, but it convinced the Mandalorian, to decide, to join up. Actually, another thing, but I think it has something to do with lodging and food, etc., blah, blah, blah. So he decides to join them, but on one condition. He decides to bring Cara Dune with him since she's an experienced and skillful warrior, obviously, which she proved early in the episode, to join him, etc. So once they get to the village, we see him develop a rapport with Amira, the mother, of Winter. So I believe during the interaction, you can tell they really like each other. We have the Mandalorian explaining a little bit of his past to her, saying that the only time he takes off his mask, basically, is when he's alone and never in front of people. The last time he took his mask off for the people, he was about Amira's daughter's like age, like probably like 10, 11, maybe 9, something around that age frame. So we see Baby Yoda really start to form a bond with the children. They're building a connection, so on and so forth, especially between him and Winter. We have later in the episode that the Mandalorian and Cara Dune actually decide to stay because once they find out basically that the enemies of the village actually has like legit like Imperial walkers, that's when they're thinking about like ending the deal, especially Kara, you know, because it's Imperial Walkers. But I believe the Mandalorian, if I remember correctly, was able to convince her to stay, you know, and the reason why he stayed was due to Amira, basically. So they're able to, well, they basically tell the people of the village to build like barriers that'll be strong enough to like withstand like Imperial walkers, and they have like the ditches. They're teaching them how to fight, you know, with spears and guns, so on and so forth, which lasts like over numerous weeks, you know, if I remember correctly. So when the fight happens, the really epic fight, we have the Mandalorian being able to destroy something. I forgot what he destroyed, but what he destroyed basically made the enemies go into retreat and destroy the Imperial walkers. So the episode ends with Omira trying to convince, you know, the Mandalorian to stay, you know, with them, but he's like, I can't, you know, I have to leave, but I think it's best for, you know, aka Baby Yoda, to stay because he seems happy. And it seemed like him and Kara, basically, that's her name. I'm sorry. Once they're about to leave, you know, the tracker, you know, his old bounty hunter tracker, you know, he can tell that basically it let like the bounty hunters are tracking him and Yoda, so he can't like leave Yoda, basically Baby Yoda, by himself, or the bounty hunters will like grab Yoda and do whatever the freak they want to do with him. So he has to take Yoda away, you know, from happiness, essentially. And yeah, the episode was kind of sad, honestly, because you could tell both Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian were very happy at that place, and that both Amira and her daughter wanted the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda to stay with them, you know, as like a family, essentially. But it wasn't meant to be, and you see like the sad look on Baby Yoda's face as the episode ends. We also see Kira, whatever, like her and the Mandalorian also kind of depart from each other, but they say basically until next time, and they shake hands. So that's all I got from this review. All I got for this review, you guys. If I missed anything, write some comments down below, you know, in the comment section. Adios, and have a nice night.